Hi, it's Tim Hagan from Progress Coaching, and welcome to another episode for the Coaching Conversations podcast. Now, we are on Stitcher, we are on iTunes, and multiple different channels. Please check us out. Now, one of the things that you'll get out of our podcast episodes is a lot of content, a lot of strategy. It's not fluff, it's not concept, yet we really want you to engage with the content and let us know your feedback. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. If there's topics you'd love to have us address, we would love to share them with you. Let us know your impact and let us know your feedback.
I think out of all the podcasts that I've done through the years, this might be the one, at least in the last couple of years, that excites me the most. Let me tell you why. You know, we have specialized in training and coaching leaders to coach their own employees. And I think that's a very valuable disposition. I think that's a very valuable thing that we do, as well as my competition. And I was out at a couple client sites out in New York, and I was having a number of people ask me questions such as, how did you get good at this? When you facilitate, you make it fun, or you get everybody involved? And I thought, boy, that's an interesting comment. And a lot of times what we have to do, especially on my side of the table, being the vendor, the partner, is to go from subject matter expert to subject matter expert facilitator, letting go. How do I get other people experiencing this? So I had a leader reach out to me and he said, here's where my team is struggling. Could you put something together where I could lead the sessions? And it hit me. We do something, our fancy word for cohorts is coaching pods. POD stands for Personal Opportunity Development Sessions, even though we do it in a one-on-one, or we certainly do it in a group situation. Here's how it works. I get together and I typically do a review. So let's say I'm working with a team and we're working on mastering questions, or I'm working with an employee group on collaboration. We'll do a quick review of the expectations, the definition, and then we do typically a case study, and I typically frame it out in something called What Would You Do? Pretty simple, right? But we have a lot of different models that we use. And then what I do is I try to use something that is real world. I've been out of college for, 40 years? I graduated when I was 22, 23 from adult education. And I'll never forget it. Dr. Russell Robinson, who sadly is no longer with us, said something to me that I'll never forget. We're in a classroom. I was sitting next to a buddy of mine till this day by the name of Mark Olbrantz. And I said, it's so interesting to hear Dr. Robinson, because he said something I'll never forget. People learn best when the material directly applies to them. And back then, people learned better when they were on their own, not in a group setting. So when I crafted pods, I wanted people to feel individuality, even though we were in a group setting. But the third step we take after the review, after the case study, after the discussion, is we do a real world activity such as practice or discuss. Itemize the next steps you're going to take with your team or team members. That's our coaching pods. So we have embarked on a very unique journey. We are now teaching leaders how to become certified pod facilitators that allows them to deal with their real world issues that, let's be honest, the outsider, such as myself, who has clients at credit unions, professional sports teams, a ton of agronomy clients, I don't know what it's like to be out in the cornfield. I don't know what it's like to stress over harvest because the weather's bad. But those leaders do. So what if leaders weren't just taught facilitation skills, but a group coaching approach called coaching pods, where they're constantly using a cohort format, a proven format, if I dare say, that allows them to drive their team members? Intrigued? Send us a note. Send me an email, tim@progresscoachingleader.com.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Coaching Conversations by Tim Hagan and Progress Coaching. Now, our company is always coming out with new and innovative solutions to help leaders coach their employees. And recently, we just created a new service called Coach to You, where leaders can pick and choose topics and assign 7 to 21-day programs for employees to learn, and more importantly, apply actions and then reflect and share what they're going to do going forward as a result of the learning. It's called Coach to You. We're literally bringing coaching to your employees. If you're intrigued, we'll have a link in each one of our episodes where you can get more information. And again, thank you so much for listening to another episode.